Alright, what's going on everyone? It is Zeki again and welcome back to another Swordburst 2 Road to 100 episode. So today is going to be the finale of it, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So once I load in the game, you can look at my level. Just give it a couple seconds. We're still on level 7. I haven't proceeded to be on level 8 on floor 8 yet because enemies are currently a bit tough. Okay, if you were to look at my level right now, you could see that I am level 99. No, I should be only level 90, 94, 95. So what happened? So here's what happened. Yesterday, after I made the video, I had and it was evening. I had so much time yesterday, and I was just like this. It's just a simple reason. I was like there was a lot of time, so why not just farm and see how many levels I go up. So I went up to level 97 by 11 p.m. yesterday. 97 with about 20,000 XP out of 28,000. And that's why I decided to end it off yesterday. And then this morning, I finished off to get 98, and then I farmed 98 to 99, and now we're here. So I ended up getting level 99, and this is going to be the finale. We're going to level 100 today, and we're finally going to be able to use the Kusanagi that I got from Coco 2374. Alright. Thank you for everyone who tuned in to watch the day 3. Everything ended so shortly. It's only day 4 and it's already the finale. The reason I wanted to get this done so quickly is because I wanted to make a video of me grinding out to get some legendary weapons, or grinding out floor 10, because not all of us have reached floor 10 yet. So I wanted to give a bit of for those who haven't been able to get to floor 10, I want to show them what's on floor 10 and what items you can get on floor 10. Typically what enemies are on there. In my opinion, 410 for right now is tough for me because with my current equipment, the Killer's Cloak and the Rikoro, it's pretty tough. Enemies are just destroying me left and right. Every time I try to fight a group of them, like how I fight these enemies in groups, I usually form them up into groups. Every time I fight them, or I fight one of them, they hit like a truck. And it hurts, and it's hard to farm on floor 10 for me personally with my equipment right now. So I'm going to try to get better equipment while I farm on probably floor 8 after this. Another thing is that I've been getting some comments about the mouse clicking. So people told me you can hold down the mouse to hit. You don't have to click the mouse over and over again. It's just a habit typically. Like I keep forgetting that I keep clicking the mouse. I know that I can hold down the mouse, but it's just a habit that I have to get over. So eventually I will get over the habit, but for right now, sometimes you will hear some clicking, but that's just habits. That's just muscle memory and stuff. Because I keep forgetting that I can hold down the mouse, but typically I forget. Anyways, we're 2,000 of 29,000. We have about 27,000 more to go. It's gonna be a good episode. As usual, I'm gonna be speeding up once we get to the dungeon, and we're gonna battle the smash room one time, and then once if I don't get anything from the smash room, we're going to speed it up until I get to level 100. Alright, I've gotten a bunch of drops today as well. Yesterday and today I've gotten a bunch of drops. So I cannot tell you how many Gloomshroom Blades, Zarkon Busters, and Dawnbreakers I've got. If you look at my inventory, it's just chock full of them. And then I also got the Scarlet Katana, the Venom Ector, the Azurite Longsword. I also got 2 of the Arcana robes. So we basically almost got every drop from the boss except for the Durendal and the shield. Those are the 2 we're missing from the smash room, and then after we get those 2, we basically got every drop possible from the smash room. Yep. And earlier this morning there were like 6 people in the boss room, and it was hard to get exp because these guys were so powerful. They were doing about 1,500 plus damage. Someone was using the Oblivion, and they were doing a ton of damage. So like help is good in the boss room, but when you have too much help, when there's too many people doing so much damage, it's not even help anymore. It's basically just taking farm at that point. And then there's some person in the chat early this morning was I told this person was level 97, and this person in the chat was just saying like, why don't you go to higher floors? And I joined into the conversation saying that floor 7 is easier and it gives about the same amount of XP as other floors. If you go up to floor 8 or floor 9 or even floor 10 and try to farm up there, it's gonna get consistently harder. And the XP, probably floor 10 and floor 9 give 200, and floor 7 give 100. So you just defeat you could just take 1 minute to kill 2 enemies in floor 7, get the same amount as killing 1 enemy, which could take like 2 or 3 minutes to kill an enemy on floor 9 or 10. So I mean, it's more efficient to take out enemies on floor 7. Currently, right now, floor 7 is the sweet spot. Eventually, once Abstract Alec makes an update where he changes the level cap to maybe 110 or 120 or 115, like eventually floor 8 and floor 9 are gonna become the sweet spot, because eventually floor 7 is going to be, because we're gonna get better equipment. So in that case, and then floor 7 is going to become what floor 5 originally was for me. Floor 5 was, I used to farm on floor 5 to get to level 85, but eventually, you know, I went to floor 5. I started farming on there. I just wasn't getting a lot of XP. Enemies were way too easy. I wasn't getting enough XP out of it. So I came to floor 7, and I was getting a lot of XP from here. Enemies were easy. They weren't like super easy, but they weren't beating me up, you know. So floor 7 is the sweet spot for right now. Floor 8 takes a bit of time. Takes about maybe a solid 30 seconds, 40 seconds for me to take out an enemy on floor 8. And if I farm in groups, basically where I bring all the enemies into one spot, I gather all the enemies into one spot and farm off of there, they're gonna start beating me up. So I have to use a shield, but I don't want to waste my my shield because my mana goes down pretty quickly. If the enemy hits me, or if I get contact from the enemy, the mana goes down faster. And up to now, I still use the flanking technique, where I circle around the enemy to avoid getting damage. But enemies have such a small hitbox, and you have such a big hitbox, so they can hit you. But it's like if you have a rapier, the rapier has a longer hitbox, so you can hit enemies without taking any damage. But for me, in the case where I use a katana, well, I mean, an exception to the Oblivion, because the Oblivion is the longest reaching weapon in Swordburst 2 for right now. But in terms of katanas, long swords, and daggers, scythes, I'm not sure about scythes, but let's see here, long swords, dual wielding, and all that. In that case, like the enemies hitbox, in order for me to hit them, they have to hit me, because their hitbox is longer than mine. So even if I were to go to the smallest distance, the smallest inch of hitting them, they would still hit me. So that's just the thing with katana users, an exception for the Oblivion, of course. I haven't used any scythes, so I'm not familiar with the hitbox, the radius of the hitbox for the scythe. But for me personally, like the Nightcore, I can't flank anymore. It's just flanking, it just doesn't work anymore. Typically, once you get to higher levels, it's just about tanking. When you're lower levels, dealing with like really tough opponents, like say you're like level 1 and you want to fight some bears to get some XP, it's not about like you can't technically. Well, I mean you're gonna start out flanking because you don't want to get damaged. Bears are easy to flank, but once you come into like floor 7 into these dungeons, these enemies are like challenging. They're challenging the flank because their hitboxes are so big, and eventually you just start. So you go from flanking to eventually just using your shield altogether. Oh wait, we're in the dungeon. That's right. I kept talking. I kept forgetting. Anyways, let's speed it up. All right, so that didn't take too long. This guy's, I don't want to be wrong, but I think that's Korean in the chat. Cause I seen Korean letters be like they're a bit more, they're bigger in term like versus Chinese and Japanese calligraphy. They're like, or the letters, the lettering. The Chinese and Japanese letters are they're a bit more closed, while the Korean letters are like more, they're bigger and they have like more spacing, something like that. But I'm pretty sure that's Korean in the chat. I don't know what he's saying, but I'm not willing to translate that. If anyone in the chat can understand that, can they translate that for me? They're probably just talking about some random stuff. All right, we're almost there. So, just beating this boss one time, no drops. All right, we're just gonna speed it up.
Gets too real, and every time I feel I sabotage it, I start running, and every time I push away, I really wanna say that I'm sorry, but I say nothing. I wanna stay the whole night, I wanna lay with you till the sun's up, I wanna let you inside. Oh, heaven knows I've tried. I wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love. Should've stayed with you last night instead of going out to find trouble. That's just trouble. I think I run away sometimes whenever I get too vulnerable. That's not your fault. See, I wanna stay the whole night, I wanna lay with you till the sun's up, I wanna let you inside. Oh, heaven knows I've tried. I wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me, wish that I could let you love. too real. And every time I feel I sabotage it, I start running. And every time I push away, I really wanna say that I'm sorry, but I say nothing. I wanna stay the whole night, I wanna lay with you till the sun's up, I wanna let you inside. Oh, heaven knows I've tried. I wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me, wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me. Say, what's the matter with me, what's the matter with me? Oh, I wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me now. I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish I wanna stay with you till the morning, I wanna lay with you through the sunrise, I wanna show you that you're my only, I wanna lay with you till the sun's up, I wanna stay with you till the morning, I wanna lay with you through the sunrise, through the sunrise. Oh, heaven knows I've tried. I wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me, wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me. Say, what's the matter with me, what's the matter with me? Oh, I wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me. Say, what's the matter with me, what's the matter with me? Oh, I wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me now. I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish I should've stayed with you last night instead of going out to find trouble. That's just trouble. Yeah. I think I run away sometimes whenever I get too vulnerable. That's not your fault. See, I wanna stay the whole night, I wanna lay with you till the sun's up, I wanna let you inside. Oh, heaven knows I've tried. I wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me, wish that I could let you love, wish that I could let you love me. Say, what's the matter with me,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are one mob away, one enemy from getting level 100. So I thought it was only right to finish it off by beating the boss as my last enemy. So let's wait for the boss and let's finish it off and get this level 100. And then we can finally use the Kusanagi that I've been anticipating for so long. We've come so far, but do not think this is the end. This is not going to be the last Swordburst video. I'm going to make many, many more Swordburst videos. Just you wait. Just you wait. But for right now, this is what matters. Getting to level 100. Before anything happens, I like to personally thank everybody who's helped me out on this journey. Every person who joined into my live stream, every person who watched every person who's watched my videos, every person who's helped me get this far. This is it. This is where everything turns. This is where everything turns right. And this is it right here. Right here. After this boss is done. This is it. Level 100. Right here. Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached level 100. Man, that was so climactic. I tried to make that as climactic as possible, but we've made it. Level 100. So let's equip the Kusanagi. Look up right. There we go. We've done it. This is the Kusanagi. It's a very long sword. Okay, it does a little bit more damage than the previous one. Okay, let me put on the aura for it, the cosmic flow. Let me get this little over here. Let me just get this. Okay, so let me just equip the aura on it. So take the aura off of the previous one. All right, remove aura. So Cosmic Flow Aura right here. Apply the aura to the new Kusanagi, and there we have it. Kusanagi with the Cosmic Flow Aura. We've done it, everyone. Level 100. We've made it. It's been a long journey. However, okay, for right now, this is where the video is going to end. But tomorrow, we're going to be looking into floor 10 and floor 8. I'm not going to make a video on it tomorrow because I already made a video on it today. So usually I take a break from the day after I make the video. I usually take a break from that. So I might or might not be recording Swordburst tomorrow. I don't know, but this is it right here. There's really no point to farming anymore. I'm not gonna get any more XP out of it. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.